Hey guys, this is Stephanie and I'm Stacks on Stacks on Stacks. So today I should be coming to you guys with the Book Jail update. Beginning of Book Jail Part 2, Stephanie in Book Jail Land. Lots of things. However, I am not coming to you with those things. Instead, I'm coming to you with an unboxing, which means that I am still in jail. No surprise there. And I own a bunch more books. So there's that. So basically, I read a book this month and I only had it on audiobook from my library and I really liked it and I wanted to read it, like have it in my hand and read it. So I bought it, but they had it really cheap at book outlets. So instead of buying just that, I had to buy a few books so I could hit the $25 limit so that I could get free shipping. And then I accidentally bought a second box of book outlet books. And I might have gone to Barnes & Noble and gotten something from Abe Books in my library. And then I got that box of used books that I've been getting, which this might be the last month, we'll have to see. Basically, I bought a bunch of books. But you know, if you look at it this way, I'm a booktuber and it's just simply part of having a channel. I know it's flawed, it's just convenient. So I have a big book haul for you guys today. I'm going to start with my books in my bag because it's really loud. These are all books I got at Barnes & Noble. So I actually went to Barnes & Noble. I'm resting on 2 boxes of books if you're wondering what I'm leaning on. Yep, 2 boxes of books. I went to Barnes & Noble for a very noble reason. My sister's having a birthday and I wanted to get her the perfect book. And I did get her the perfect book. But while I was there, they had a sale. So they had these books, the Knickerbocker, or is that Knickerbocker Classics? They're like these cloth ones. They have this bungee cord that makes dents on them, so I always take the bungee cord off. These are normally $10 at Barnes & Noble, and they were on a rack for $5. And then I got my 25% off coupon on top of that. So they were what, like $3.75 or something? Like, yeah, so I got a bunch of them. Yeah. I got Sense and Sensibility, and these covers are so beautiful. They're so beautiful. And they're all classics. I like to have a bigger classics shelf and pretend like I read classics. This one's Alice in Wonderland by Lewis Carroll, Alice's Adventures in Wonderland. I love this one. Such a great cover. The Scarlet Letter by Nathaniel Hawthorne. Phantom of the Opera. This one was just beautiful by Gaston Leroux. Gosh, I hope it's in English. It's in English. Some of these are just so beautiful. I'm like, I haven't read that one. I'll have to get it so I can read it because it's so beautiful. Tale of Two Cities by Charles Dickens. I have a copy of this, but it's an ugly copy. I think that's why I've never enjoyed it. Pretty copies are always better. This one I got because it was too pretty not to. Call of the Wild and White Fang by Jack London. And I didn't get one. There was an Edgar Allan Poe one and it was all purple and pretty. I didn't get it because I just don't like Edgar Allan Poe. He's kind of depressing and dark, and that's not my bag. I also got the Essential Grimm's Fairy Tales by the Grimm Brothers. And I don't think I have any Grimm Brother books, so that's a good one. I got Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen. It's another beautiful copy. And then the last 2 I got is Sherlock Holmes, Volume 1 and Volume 2 by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. And these are really cute too. Less than $5, all of these, so I'm pretty stoked. And I got 2 from my library. They have like a shelf where books are, I think it's $1 for soft covers. No, $1 for hardcover and 50 cents for softcover. And they had a couple books that I didn't own that I've read that I liked. First one's a novella by Francine Rivers. This one is Unspoken, and this is the story of Bathsheba. And I read this years ago, and it's just a brief little novella. And it's expanding on what the Bible already tells us, but it's good. And the next one is Garfield Hogs the Spotlight by Jim Dale, number 36. I have like half of these books, a collection of them, so I thought another one for 50 cents? Let's do it. Okay, so the first one I'm going to unbox is going to be my used books monthly. This is a subscription box. I pay for this all myself. I get 4 used books for $12 a month. The first month, I'd say they sent me 5 instead of 4, and like 4 of them I liked and it hit my TBR shelf. Last month, only 1 of them did. So I'm not sure if this is a book box I'm going to be keeping or getting rid of. This will help me decide. More lovely Lou paper. Okay. Oh, we have 1, 2, 3. I have 5 again. All right. Maybe I did order 5 and I just don't remember. The first 2 are by Arthur C. Clarke. Book 1 and Book 2 in the Time Odyssey, Time's Eye and Sunstorm. This one has a note. It says, please forgive the appearance of this book. I really think you'll like them, and I found a graphic novel for you. That's kind of sweet. I got a little note. That's so sweet. Okay, so it is a little rugged, but it sounds like it's a time travel book, and I generally like those. Okay, so this actually sounds pretty interesting. It says, so in an instant, Earth is carved up in time and reassembled like a huge jigsaw puzzle. Suddenly the world has become a patchwork of eras from prehistory to the year 2037. And then 2 groups of refugees from 2037, 3 cosmonauts and 3 UN peacekeepers have detected strange radio signals. The peacekeepers and 19th century British troops and armies of Alexander the Great are all joining forces against the mongrel horde led by Genghis Khan. Both sides out of Babylon, vowing to win this race for knowledge, power, and a mysterious entity watches and waits. That actually sounds good. That kind of reminds me of that episode of Doctor Who where like time is not working correctly and like Julius Caesar's there and Winston Churchill's there and it was all timey-wimey mixed up. That's kind of what this reminds me of. I do think I like this. Okay, maybe I will keep the box. Dang it. Well, at least it's cheap. It is a cheap box. It is $12 for all of these books. And he gave me a copy of The Time Machine and a note that says bonus or she. This has got to be a girl's writing. It's so nice. Of course, I write like a dude. By H.G. Wells. Okay, I might keep this box. The next one is called Black Powder by Stanton Rabin. There is that. This actually sounds pretty cool. It's another time travel book. Boy, they're reeling me in with this one, I tell you. So it's a modern day kid, or 2010, and his friend is killed with a gun, and he decides he wants to find a way to go back in time to stop this from happening. So rather than like go back and like take the gun out of somebody's hand, he decides to go back to Oxford, England, in 1278 and stop them from inventing guns. That actually sounds pretty good. It's not very long either. Man, they're doing well this month. Okay, the last one is The Time Pirate by Ted Bell. Okay, so this one sounds pretty good too. So we have a kid who invents a time machine out of a World War I airplane, and somebody kidnaps his sister because they want control of it, and they have to like chase each other through time to meet up, and that actually sounds pretty good. This is not a graphic novel, so they must be talking about a different book that's a graphic novel. But all in all of these sound pretty good. They might hit my TBR shelf. This one won't because I've already read it, but I'm excited to have another copy. All right, I might be keeping it. That was a good box. Then I got this little box here, and this is the one I got from a Books. And basically I read this book called The Emotionally Healthy Leader. It was written by Peter Scazzaro, and it was very helpful. I run a kids camp for foster kids. It's 1 week every summer, and I just want to be the best leader that I can be. So I decided to read this book, and I found a lot of things helpful. That's the one I wanted to buy. It's in one of these boxes, I'm sure. But he's written other books too that I thought would be helpful, so I'll probably be reading these sometime soon. Emotionally Healthy Relationships Day by Day. It's like a 40-day journal devotional thing where you get to write stuff in there. And then the other one was Emotionally Healthy Relationships, deeply changing your relationships with others. And this is like a workbook, so it's like, I think there's like a main book to go with it. I just couldn't find it. But on Books, each of these books are $3 a piece, so I'm not going to complain about that. All right, so our first box here. Boy, I should put things in front of the camera more often. This is kind of convenient. So this is actually a pretty big box, and I didn't order that much, so I'm not sure why I got a huge box. and my weight in paper, which is saying something because paper doesn't weigh a lot, and I do. Okay, so, I remember now. It's like Christmas with these boxes because it takes so long to get to me, and then I get them and I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot about that. The first one I got, actually, so a couple of these things are actually for our kids' camp. We write notes to each other while we're in there to encourage each other because it can be kind of an emotionally, like, stressful week to work with all these foster kids who have, like, behavior issues, and then we help them figure out why they're issues, and anyway, it can be a very emotional week. And so I saw this little book of 64 good thoughts for good friends, and they're all like these postcards that say nice things like, being with you feels like the opposite of stepping into opposite of stepping on a Lego barefoot. Ta-da! And they're like postcards, so you can just tear them out and send them. And I got a few of these, so I'll have fun things to send people at camp because I love doing that. I also got the Hyperbole and a Half 12 die cut note cards. So what you do with these, because they're kind of like you want to set it up on your desk type of thing, is you write your nice note on the back and then they'll bend it and set it up, and then they can look at Hyperbole and a Half all year long. I just need to make sure to send these to people who like and appreciate Hyperbole and a Half because it's pretty funny, and I only have 12. And the last one I think I got is, you'll love this book as much as you hate your job. These are like sarcastic postcards. So I have to be very careful who I send these to because not everybody appreciates sarcasm as much as I do. First book I got is Brief Histories of Everyday Objects, written by Andy Warner. And it's a funny book, and I'm excited about it. They just have funny things of like how potato chips came to be. And it's not really a graphic novel, but it will live my graphic novel section. It's just a humorous book that looks like a quick read. Probably something good for a readathon. Should have put that in my readathon video. I also got Something New, Tales from a Makeshift Bride. And this is a graphic novel by Lucy Nisley? It caught my eye because they're like, it's a graphic novel about a woman trying to be a bride. And I was like, I think that sounds great. Wonderful fun. Oh, I see now why I got this box. I remember now. The World According to Kids. A child's eye view of life, love, and chocolate cake. And it's just one of those little kid books. Like a child's opinion of what is the sun made of? And then they actually have quotes from actual children. It's pretty cute. I think it'll just be a good, funny read. I do like a good, funny read. And then Loads More Lies to Tell Small Kids. Andy Riley. I don't think I have the first one, but this is also just a nice funny read. Can you tell I was perusing the humor section? Oh, I did get the other one, Great Lies to Tell Small Kids by Andy Riley. Apparently I run a camp and I lie to kids. Apparently. Okay, Morris's Disappearing Bag. I didn't know it was this big of a book. I have this book. This is by Rosemary Wells. I used to love this book when I was a kid, and I still have it, but it's like this big, but it's a normal book one. And it's literally falling apart because I think every one of us 5 kids loved that book. And now I have a nice, pretty new copy. I should do a read for you guys. I should do a read for you guys. I love this one. It was fantastic. It's for every introvert in the world. Okay. These last 3 books are the reason I know I boned up the box a bit more to get it. Because the first one is The Giving Tree by Shel Silverstein. I love this book. If you want to like, Glare City, if you want to like cry, just read this book. And it's a quick read. It's a short book. So, you know, you can just be like, I only have 10 minutes and I need to cry. This is your big fat winner. It's a book about a tree that keeps giving to this boy and giving and giving and giving and giving. And that's why it's called The Giving Tree. Sounds lame. Read it. The next one I got is The Dark Days Pact by Allison Goodman. This is the sequel to The Dark Days Club, which is on my TBR shelf, and it's one that I would like to read. And now that there's a sequel out, you should read it. I wonder how many books will be in that series, though. The biggest reason that I got this box was to get Renegades by Marissa Meyer with a sticker on it. Come on. Basically, I know Book Outlet isn't removing stickers anymore. It's fine. I can figure it out. Basically, this book I really liked. I read it last year, I think maybe in December. And I got it from the library, and then I really liked it, but I was being cheap, so I didn't buy it. And then my husband got it from the library, and he read it, and he's like, that book's great. I don't know what he's expecting. I'm like, Marissa Meyer is pretty much an auto-read author for me. Like, if she writes a book, I'm gonna read it. And I would say I really like the vast majority of books. Heartless would be my least favorite, but it's still good. Super, super excited. Last box. Oh, it says way less paper. All right, so the first one I have is, oh yeah, Buffy the Vampire Slayer, 20 Years of Slaying. I love Buffy the Vampire Slayer. It's like one of my favorite shows. Now, I did have a friend get this, and she said it was disappointing, but she paid like $45 for it and said it was disappointing, and I paid $6 for it. So I think I'll be better off than her. This is the Authorized Watcher's Guide, I presume by Joss Whedon. I don't really know, but I'm excited to have it now. I think it just has like some pictures and some like more detail on some of the characters and stuff like that. Makes me want to rewatch the show. It's been a while. Okay, boy, they really packed this one. Oh, I forgot about this one. I got The Christmas Carol. Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens. This is actually the only book by Charles Dickens that I have ever read. And I'm fairly certain I read it in middle school and I didn't like it. But I should read it again because I'm sure it's good. I'm sure I was just being picky schnicky, so hooray! Another classic for my classic shelf. Okay, next one is White Sand Red Menace by Ellen Klages. And this one a friend recommended to me, and I think it's either this is a sequel or there's a sequel in there. Oh, it is a sequel to The Green Glass Sea, and that is in here somewhere. I don't know exactly what it's about, but my friend liked it, and she said I would like it, and I'm hoping she's right. This one is The Librarian of Auschwitz, based on a true story of Auschwitz by Antonio Iturbe. I'm really wrong on that one. Partially bought this because the cover is beautiful. Partially bought it because I just finished Night and it tore my heart out, and I kind of wanted, apparently, to get destroyed again. I also got this really great copy of To Kill a Mockingbird. It's like in a case and it's hardbacked, and I love To Kill a Mockingbird. It is one of my favorite books, and I just wanted a really kick butt copy of it, and now I have that. And this is by Harper Lee. If you haven't read it, you should read it. It's a classic for a reason. The next one, or two, I guess I have, is Nevernight and God's Grave by Jay Kristoff. I have not read either of these, but I've heard fantastic things about them, so I want to read them. This one will go on my TBR shelf, so I can hopefully read it sometime soon. It looked a little dark when it first came out, so I was kind of wussing out, and I was like, I don't know if I want to read it, but I do. Next, I have a slightly weird book called Everyone's an Alien When You're an Alien to a Book. It's like a graphic novel, I think. It has pictures, and I was told that it was good by one person. Another person said it's good, but it's odd, and I think I can live with odd. This is by Jomini Sun, and I'm kind of excited to read it. It'll live with my graphic novels. I also got Shadows in Flight by Orson Scott Card, which I think is the final book in the Bean series, and it's the only one I haven't read yet, so I need to get on that. I got H.G. Wells' The Invisible Man, a cool cover of it. I haven't actually read this one. I think I've only read Time Machine. I haven't even read War of Worlds, which I should do that. And then I also got Lord of the Flies by William Golding. Oh, Introduction by Stephen King. Oh, that's kind of cool. This is a book I read in high school, maybe middle school, I don't remember now. And, deckled pages. And I do remember most of what it's about. I should probably reread it, but it's been quite a while. Basically, this is about a bunch of like prep school boys who get stranded, I think on an island, by themselves. And what happens when, 12-year-old hormonal boys decide to rule an island. It's weird. I also got Kenny and the Dragon. I'm fairly certain that this one was just a cover by, oh no, I remember, it's by Tony DiCerelli, and he did the Wandla books. So I got this one, and it's a middle grade book, so I think it has a few pictures maybe. Yeah, it has a few pictures, but it's not a picture book per se. Oh, here it is. Here's The Green Glass Sea by Ellen Klages. This was the first one. Again, I don't really know what these are about. I just was told I would like them, so I'm going to try them. I also got Entered Exile by Orson Scott Card. I have read this before, but I don't remember it being quite this long. But I have read this one before. It's just a kind of a side book in Ender's Game series. I got myself 2 hardbacks of Agatha Christie. I got Murder on the Orient Express. And I got, oh, this has a really weird cover. Hold on, this cover is weird. It has like a little half jacket. Oh my goodness, the Naked book is pretty cool too. So it has a weird little half jacket that I don't think I want. I just want the normal jacket, Murder on the Orient Express. And actually Naked, it's like red. It's kind of pretty. I do like it. And then I got a fancy version of And Then There Were None. This one has the half jacket too. That's so weird. I don't think I like that. But it's a very pretty version. These are actually smaller than my other editions, but the covers are so pretty. I kind of wanted to get a nice version of those 2 books because they are 2 of the ones that I think I liked the most. And then I got 2 Ken Follett books. because I have a friend at the gym who's always like, have you read him? You would love him. Have you read him? So I will read him. I got The Pillars of the Earth, and then I got A World Without End, both by Ken Follett. I don't know what either of these are about, but I've heard good things. And then the last book that I got is the illustrated Jane Eyre by Charlotte Bronte. Illustrated was by Dame Darcy. And I got it because I was like, an illustrated version? And I looked at some of the illustrations and they're actually pretty cool. Like, there's this one. So it's not every page, but I am going to be reading Jane Eyre, and though I have a very pretty copy of it, I kind of would like to have an entertaining copy too. So there's that. And that is it. Those are the books that I did purchase for myself. I feel like it wasn't as many books as I thought, which is good. There are quite a few books that are just going to go on my shelves because I already have read them, so they don't have to go on my TBR shelf. Hopefully I'm not making that too much bigger. Please feel free to leave a comment down below about what one of these books you think I should read next. Hopefully we'll have a book jail video coming in June, maybe, if I can keep myself, you know, accountable or anything and not negate all the work that I do. I don't know, maybe book jail's not for me. If you have thoughts on that, by all means, let me know there too. Otherwise, don't forget to like and don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget to come back and see me. I am here on Tuesdays and Fridays, and I look forward to seeing you then. Goodbye. The first real book that I got is Brief Histories of Leaving Your Phone On.